Damn. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2, 3.
Hello. I'm just going to share this.
Yo, can you hear me like loud? And can you hear me loud?
Yeah, but I'm echoey on your end.
Well, how does it sound if I go like this? Yo, what's going on? Is it lower? Hello? Hello? Does it sound different?
Yes.
Testing.
But I'm echoey for some reason.
Realize you're frozen. I didn't realize you're freezing.
It's because I just told you I was sharing the
Hello?
light.
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, so tell me how I sound. Like, does it sound like louder when I have it close to me, and then when I take it away, is it lower?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Really?
And I hear myself echoing, so it's on a loop.
I don't hear you echoing. Not on my end.
I'm going to do...
But I'll tell you what. Does it sound more? Does my voice sound more raspy?
More raspy?
Yeah.
I don't understand what that means.
Like more of like a radio station voice. Do I sound like more like a radio station voice
Sure.
versus like if I don't have this microphone is what I'm saying. Cuz check out, you see this microphone I got?
I do see it.
Look at that shit and check this out. So this is like 2, right? So like 1 for you, 1 for me.
Again, the problem is that it's... I'll say something here on your phone.
Yeah, but that's not the microphone though. Because I tested it out yesterday on and I was recording it, and it's definitely not the microphone doing that.
You tested it with somebody else? Just looking back and forth?
No, I was doing like I recorded myself on video, and it sounded like rad as hell.
Yes, so I'm saying how I'm giving you feedback while you're conversing with another person, that it does give feedback.
And then see if you get the same thing. Maybe it's just TikTok, you know.
It hasn't
Hold on.
before. Why don't you try turning
Let's turn the mic off.
I mean, I can't hear you now because I think since you turned the mic off, you're gonna have to change your settings for your sound. But I will say that I don't hear my like feedback. I don't hear myself on your phone anymore since you turned it off. Since you turned it off. Because the microphone is picking up what I'm saying as well as you, so it makes sense that it would repeat the information. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Dharma. I can't hear you now. No. I love how every time we're on here, we're always trying to figure out tech stuff.
Yo, yo.
Yo.
What about now?
It's doing it again where I can hear it on my end.
All right. What if I take the microphone farther away? Huh?
Hello.
What if I take? Huh?
I still hear it. I'm in.
Well, I guess I have to figure out how to do it. You know? Maybe there's a setting in TikTok or something. And for some reason, man, I don't know, man. There's something like the other one's not working for some reason.
That's interesting.
Like this one's working, but maybe I have to like turn it on a different. Maybe you know what it might have to be. I might have to like use this one because there's a different attachment for like. See, I have this attachment. Maybe like for this type of thing, I have to hook up this attachment. You know what I'm saying? Like the little microphone.
Your phone is only getting you instead of you.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So maybe let me try that.
Okay.
Where do I connect? Oh, yeah. Let me try that. Hold on. Tell me if this is better. Testing 1, 2, 3. How's that?
Hello.
Hello. It's good.
No, I just heard myself.
You hear yourself again?
Yep. I don't hear. Yep. I don't hear the microphone. Okay.
What about now?
Hello.
It's
No.
good.
No.
Oh, because I don't hear you. I don't hear any echo or nothing. But how do I sound though? Maybe I have it plugged in the wrong place. Oh, maybe this is not where it goes. I gotta figure this out. How to like where this stuff plugs, where this stuff goes. You know. But you're saying if I do it like this with this little mic, it's better.
I'm not sure. I think you have to change the phone to connect. I still hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'll have to test it out. But I mean, does it sound pretty good with this little microphone when I speak?
Right now, it doesn't sound like you're using it.
Really? So then maybe I have it in the wrong place. Yeah, it just came yesterday, so I have to figure it out.
Okay.
You know, um,
Yeah, I don't know for sure a radio voice, but
it sounds like a radio voice.
Darren, I know you like to this way.
It sounds like a radio voice.
Yes.
Okay. Do you hear anything now?
Hello. Hello, hello. You figured it out. Wherever you
Yeah.
plugged it in, Daren, that's the place.
Yeah. Well, I have to figure out this, like, because first of all, I'm having kind of an issue with like the number two mic. So if I'll have to return it, with the guy, and then I'll get the same one, but it works really well on like recording video. Like if me and you were like standing right next to each other and you had a mic and I had a mic, it's fire, man. Like it
Hmm.
it sounds so good. Um I
Probably
just
would be better for like light language videos and stuff because it's only going to pick up our voice, right? Instead of other stuff.
well, yeah, and like I've been seeing a lot of content creators with these.
Yeah, I've seen them with various kinds.
Yeah, and so then I was like, okay, you know what? I just sold that comic book thing, and then I made an offer to the guy, and I only at the end of the day I paid like 30 something dollars for this, and these things are like almost $300.
Wow. Awesome.
So and
Uh,
and and
and
it gave look at all this stuff. It came with all this stuff, like tons of stuff that that the other people weren't selling with it. So I need to just like really. I just was kind of playing around with it yesterday. Um, and I'm gonna just ask you right now because we don't really have anybody on here, but um, I did post your video on TikTok, the one you promoting Tuesday, and like a lot of people liked it, like in like an hour. Like I posted it like this morning, and I posted on YouTube and Instagram. It did pretty well.
which
Huh?
video?
I don't know, the one you made last week promoting this thing we were gonna do, TikTok.
I don't.
The 50 there's a 50-second video you made saying come Tuesday to TikTok live with Daren and Luna, blah blah blah, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I just keep reposting it. So I posted it this morning, on
Hmm.
Instagram and YouTube and TikTok this morning, and it did really well. Um, and I did a session on Eric this morning, a BQH session. Oh my God, it was like almost 2 hours, like ridiculous. Like I can't even tell you. It's just. But what I want to say to you is that girl reached back out to me. The one I told you about,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I know you're gonna say no. I already know it, and that's okay.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna bring it up to you because I haven't responded to her because like it was like she wrote me at night or whatever, obviously like in the middle of the night or whatever. I don't know because it's like 12-hour difference. And I sent her our YouTube channel and
Ella.
hello. I sent her our YouTube channel and she said, "Oh, that's so whatever." I don't know. She said something, and then she goes, "I'm really quite busy next week, but I think we can find a day next week for us for so we can meet on Zoom." And I'm assuming she's meaning me, you, and her. Okay, the way she wrote it. And
If we could clarify to see, we could clarify to see, we could it could also mean just
what?
the two of you.
Yeah, no, it's the way that she worded it. It's definitely like me and you and her
Hmm.
because she saw the YouTube channel. She couldn't find it before. But that's kind of weird anyway because like we have videos on Instagram that's you and then it's me and then we have ones with me and you. So it's like I don't know why she would have thought anything different before as well, but my point is I know the hell you're not going to do it. Only because it's like kind of like me with you and I'm like no way am I meeting with you and Nicole at that time. And I know you're going to say no way because it's like 4 in the morning for you.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, because 7 o'clock. She wants to meet. She said she can meet at 7 or 8 a.m. It's either that or and it's like because then 7 or 8 my time is 7 or 8 her time at night. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it would be 5 a.m.
Be 4 a.m., 7 a.m.
8 a.m. would be 5 a.m. for me.
Yeah, but now she changed it because she said like 7. She goes, "Is 7 okay?" And then I said yes, and then when I sent her the YouTube channel, she goes, "Oh, I'm definitely going to subscribe." And then she goes, "We can meet on Zoom like next week, sometime." But the wording, like I said, it sounded to me the way it was worded is that it's like me, you, and her. You guys can meet me on Zoom or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It was, did you hear it?
no, but I saw you went away for a bit.
Said, I have a crazy week next week, but I'm willing to meet with you guys next week.
Okay. So I am willing to meet at 5 a.m. my time, but not 4 a.m. So if that means that just the two of you meet and I just get caught up on it, then that's fine. Hi,
Okay.
Bob. Thanks for all of the
All
heart.
right. I can tell her, um, you know, I can let her know, what the deal is.
Okay. How are you doing, Bobby? Thanks for all the hearts and the comments.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can let you know what the deal is. I can let you know, like, um, and then you make a decision.
Yeah, I think 5 a.m. is better for me. 4 a.m. sounds challenging.
Yeah. Well, so let me ask you this. I mean, despite your like what you're experiencing, are you feeling like the excitement inside? Like there's some kind of like our bodies know something. Like I was talking to Eric this morning, and there's like a, a sense of excitement like inside the body, like we're feeling like our bodies know something is coming big that we're not aware of yet. And when I asked in the BQH session when Eric was under, I said it at the end of the session. And I go, because he brought it up. He at the end, his higher self brought it up, and then I said, "Okay, let me ask you a question. Am I allowed to like ask if you could elaborate on this big thing that is about to unfold?" And he goes, "I'm not at liberation. I'm not at liberty to to you know to like elaborate on it." um, which is kind of what I've been hearing in general, and feeling myself. Hi, Bobby. I think it's Bobby, is it? Yeah, hi, Bobby. I think they left.
Thanks.
Um,
Trying to engage, but you kept talking about other things.
oh, yeah, I said hi.
I know, but I wanted to talk to them more. Hello, Grace.
Is there actually people on here? Because it says nobody, like at the thing at the top.
There's okay, so that's good to know. So Daren, it's been showing different people pop in and out on my end. Like right now, there's a person named Grace here.
Oh, so maybe that's from your channel.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying about when I was on TikTok with Nicole. I had no idea that people were actually engaging or talking,
Yeah,
as I only see what's on my end.
yeah, same here. The only person that I see engaging is you, tapping on the thing. That's it. I don't see
Oh
anything.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't see anything else.
I don't know if I can say hello.
So they must be coming from your channel.
Yep. Well, I told people that on Tuesdays I was gonna go live,
Oh, okay.
so yeah. When I say hi to people, then I think maybe just pause what we're talking about and we'll engage.
Okay, yeah, because last time we went live, I didn't know anybody was even on, you know?
There were people that were on last time too.
Well, yeah, I didn't know it because it says the same number every time on this channel. One, that's it.
Yeah.
Which I think is you.
Right. So now you know going forward. So just when I say hi to people, just we can just pause
Yeah, yeah,
and engage.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
and as the
Okay.
answer to the question, do I feel like something big's happening? Um, I can say yes, but not in the way of what you're describing. It's more of just knowing how my body processes and how my soul processes through things, that I know that there's going to be a big shift. So every single time, what happens is I have a lot of emotions, fears, knowledge, and knowing about my behavior. So, like, just as we were discussing before about authoritative stuff, and speaking your truth around people that you know or don't know, or fear of being misunderstood, or a skew of words for somebody else's benefit, um, or not understanding like your actual intent, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and and then wanting to feel like I have to explain myself to other people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What? Why did you follow us?
Because you took your glasses off.
Oh, we're cleaning them.
Uh-huh. um So, like, that's a lot of information I've just realized in the past, 12 hours. Whenever I have a bunch of knowledge and information, even the past week, there's like different behaviors that I've been doing around, like, really craving touch, for example. So I've been figuring out different activities I could do with my kids or do by myself that engages more touch with other people or by myself. Of course, that is safe, like dancing or wrestling, or snuggling up and reading a book or watching a movie together. You know what I mean? And that's helped me feel yeah, just better. So, like, that's also a big realization about myself. Like, how can I incorporate more touch into my life that's already here or not here? Like, how can I invite in more touch? So
Yeah,
whenever
that's something too.
these
Oh, go ahead.
big realizations like that, I call it the dark night of the soul, but this isn't, which is what it was like before when I was crying a bunch about all the things and being like really in fear, right? And then I moved through that, and now it's more the layer of observation and being present with whatever it is. I'm feeling it all, and then choosing a different choice, right? Okay, I usually choose to over explain myself because I'm fearful that you're going to misunderstand me, and I'm fearful that how I express myself isn't normally what I do because I'm fearful of authority figures. You know what I mean? Like, processing all of that and choosing to not even say anything and being like, you know what? Even if I explain myself, they might not understand anyways. Like, I'm not going to know how people think about me or perceive me or what their beliefs are by engaging with me. And when I did that, because before I was like crying and I was upset and I was like holding space for it all, when I chose to not respond and I deleted the message, I took in like this gigantic breath and I felt this weight lift off of me. It was like, okay, Luna, you just chose something differently for yourself. Hi, divine favor. That feels in more alignment with you, instead of choosing, these patterns that you've done to try to keep yourself safe, to um, make sure people understand that you have like a good intent, which of course I do, but like, I don't need to over explain myself. It could just be. And if people want to know more, they can ask questions. You know what I mean? They can be curious. It's not up to me to give them everything. They can ask me questions. And that's another thing that I've realized too in the past 2 weeks, is to ask so many questions and not assume that anybody knows everything. Like with my kiddos, I've asked them so many questions around like, do you understand what this means? Because just because like my eldest, she reads a lot, it doesn't mean she understands all the words that she's using or saying. Like, and then asking those questions like, what does safety mean to you? Can you give me an example what safety means? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like having that dialogue, um and just asking them like, why do you feel that way? Why do you do this? You know, or if a kid says stop, don't do that, don't assume that they actually mean stop, don't do that. It could mean they want to do the same thing. It could mean that they're dysregulated because one of their basic needs aren't met, like hunger, which is like a common thing with my kiddos, that they're like, they get upset and then it's because they're hungry, you know?
Well, yeah, I wanted to like add to what you said because I was watching these was watching this like YouTube guy that I follow for quite a long time. He's probably in his like 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has a very very big following, like in the millions. Okay, and he was with two, and I think I've told you about him before. He was living with two other guys in his house, and now this all got dismantled, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because um so I'll just give you a quick backstory, not long. It's only like quick to just so you understand, because it really connects with what you're saying as to this being a collective thing. Because he, so the three people that he was living with, the one met a girl and he moved out. The other one moved to New York, and from what everybody's saying on social media and YouTube, it has to do with a friend of his, this girl that he brought to a party back in November, that somebody put a roofie in her drink. She left the house and two guys picked her up and raped her. I don't even want to say that word because she says it on TikTok in a different way. She doesn't use that word. I don't know. I think it could be a word that you can't use on TikTok. They use like grape. They say grape instead of it. I think maybe you can't say it. And she was like yelling on TikTok, and she had like almost 300, 400,000 followers on TikTok, at least, if not more. And she was using her platform and saying, you are just despicable, man. Her friend that brought her to the party never even asked her if she was okay. And he's the one that brought her there. And he never even like mentioned her on social media. He said that he was going to actually collab with her because she's like, her voice is unbelievable and he wanted to work with her. And that was prior to this happening. Well, apparently everybody's saying that he moved out because the guy that he was living with is not okay with what transpired.
Hmm.
And he apologized, but then this kid didn't apologize. And he's like acting like nothing happened, you know, and just going about his social media thing. And she's like, everyone's like gaslighting her and saying she's lying and all this kind of stuff. And she went to the hospital and paid the $1,000 something for them to check it to see if it actually happened and all this kind of stuff, and has this hospital bill. And she goes, I'm not rich like you are, and blah 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 and whatever. My point is, now the whole group got dismantled. And I just saw him post a video last night, but I saw it like a few minutes after me and Eric did a session, and he said that he's living alone now, and he's never lived alone. For a long period of time, he's always lived with roommates, and how he's so bored, and he doesn't know what to do. And he was I thought the video was like so vulnerable and different than his normal content, um, and actually expressing what he's going through, and that it's like this is like collective. And you could see all the people in the comments on TikTok like, this is horrific. You guys just should start making videos, just because I can't live without you guys not making content together. And like, you know what I mean? Like, this is happening, not like it's like it's so much bigger than just them three separating. Even the people that engage and watch the videos, it's affecting them. So it's like, that's how it's so like, this is happening on such a large scale that we're all clearing and moving through these different things, and things are being dismantled. And like, he's got fears now, coming up because he's living alone. And I'm sure there's a lot more that he's not even discussing about that he's experiencing due to everybody leaving, and he started getting into like him having a very small circle and not being able to like be friends with a lot of people. All of it was coming out that you probably wouldn't have heard if this situation didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have just continued doing what he's doing, and like um and them doing what they're doing. And it's like, yeah, it's just like really interesting. And the feelings that you're getting versus the feelings that I'm getting, as far as like what my body is feeling, as far as a level of excitement, but I don't know what, like kind of like a dog or a cat, where they know ahead of a storm. They can feel the storm coming way before it even comes. And that's kind of like what I think is. Am I like you're trying to talk and I'm keep on talking or something or what?
Um, no, I'm just listening. I'm just saying
Oh.
hi to people that are showing up in the chat.
So yeah, I mean, it's like it's really interesting, and I just feel this level of lightness and airiness, and there's something coming that's big.
Hmm.
And like, yeah, like a feeling of excitement that I haven't felt in years, like in 5 years or longer. Like this, it's not like as big, but it's very subtle and soft that I can notice it.
Hmm.
And so yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just something has shifted, and it's continuing to shift. And I mean, hell, like we're getting close to an eclipse again, the biggest one at the end of March.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the end of March, and the equinox and the eclipse we already had were leading up, and energies was building for this eclipse that we're going to have at the end of the month.
Do you know when that one is?
I think the 28th,
Hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the 28th, and we're doing our Kundalini activation on the 30th, and we should remind everybody about the infinite possibilities tomorrow if they want to sign up. Still, because they can still get tickets. But it's on the I think it's the 28th, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and this is like a big one. Um, and we have a Kundalini activation, which you can still get tickets to, which is the 30th on Sunday. So if you want to come to our Kundalini activation journey, go to www.darenandluna.com/links with an S, because we had a retrograde glitch on a lot of our content. Okay. And just so you know, Luna, I've been spending hours like going through all the YouTube videos and changing the link, by the way. Like yesterday, I did a lot of the videos. I still got tons more to do, but like I did a lot. And then I can't do TikTok. It won't let you edit it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do Instagram and YouTube. That's it.
That's
Um, so like if anybody wants to join us for the Kundalini Activation Sound Journey on the 30th, you can still get tickets on Eventbrite on the website, darenandluna.com/links with an S. Okay. And it will take you to Eventbrite when you click on join Kundalini Activation. And then you can buy the tickets for that activation, which is Sunday, and do it before it gets closer, because it will sell out. This is the last one of the month of March, for the month of March. So what a perfect opportunity to have that journey right on near the eclipse. And then we're doing Infinite Possibilities tomorrow, which you can get tickets for that still on Eventbrite as well. Same spot, it'll show whatever events we have. So yeah, join us, man, for Infinite Possibilities tomorrow.
Yeah,
Um,
infinite possibilities for anybody that's watching that's like, what is that? It's
uh,
calling in what you want to see in your life. And we do it in a very unique way to pump you up, to support you with calling it in. It's a different kind of manifestation and stepping in. I'm also seeing something that we're going to add to it tomorrow, Daren, that I was just told, but I won't say it on here. Uh,
okay.
and every time I do one of these sessions, whether it's Daren and I or working with somebody else, because we do it with each other as well, I always feel like my body is vibrating. I'm excited. I'm ready to tackle the day. It's like I have a new perspective, and understanding about life. So it's very powerful. So if that sounds exciting for you, we do infinite possibilities once a month, really honing in on what you're calling in. And yeah, you can go to darenandluna.com/links, LINKS, and you could find information there. And yeah, we're both Kundalini facilitators, and we hold sacred space to move your Kundalini. So if that sounds exciting for you, we do a sound journey. We blend it with light language, channeled messages, and songs, to support you in your becoming and whatever that looks like. And yeah,
Yeah,
for that, nothing will surprise us. We've seen and experienced with ourselves and others all kinds of experiences. So whatever's present for you is perfect. Go
yeah,
ahead.
oh, go ahead. And this time, like there's definitely several people that have signed up for Infinite Possibilities, so it's going to be very helpful because we'll be able to switch partners and you
Go to
know,
breakout rooms.
yeah, breakout rooms and stuff like that, which is going to be unique and different, and you'll definitely come out of there like vibrating high and ready to take on whatever creations you're creating, especially leading into the springtime and summer, which is like a lot of motion and movement. And yeah, I definitely know that every time, like Luna said, every time we get done doing it, it's like you just feel pumped up and excited, and you're vibrating high, and so yeah, join us for that. Like I said, um, you can you can go to darenandluna.com/LINKS, and then the link is there that takes you to Eventbrite, and you can buy your tickets. And then very soon we'll be releasing the April newsletter and calendar and the stuff that speaking of which, let's do a little quick breathing technique. Um, because then like you can adopt this breathing technique too, Luna.
Okay.
So
And
like,
for anybody that is wondering why I should adopt this, as I said before, I've been moving through fear, overwhelm, and also beliefs that I thought I released that are still very present. And since I'm present with them and knowing why I'm moving in certain ways, now with that knowledge, I'm choosing differently. I'm choosing a different choice, and in self empowerment. So, Daren is a breathwork facilitator, and he has so many tools under his belt, like so many. There's just so many certifications. And one of them is a breathwork facilitator, and he holds such amazing space for people. I had a flashback and he just held space for it, and I felt really comfortable, in this vulnerable space of processing something coming to my awareness during breath work. So, anyways, as Daren says, the breath, come back to the breath, and
yeah,
you shall feel better.
yes,
And we are breathing beings, so that makes sense.
yeah. Hey, Eric.
Hi, Eric. So yeah, Daren, do you want to lead us through a
Yeah,
short
well, it's not really leading. I'm going to give you a tool that you can use, okay? Anyone, not like directing it at Luna or anything like that. I'm saying anybody can use this. If you feel overwhelmed or you feel anxious or you feel fearful, it's like this will always bring you back to the present. This is another way to, because there's so many different breathing methods, breath holding and conscious circular breathing and, you know, uh, holotropic breathing and pranayama, and there's there's millions. But at the end of the day, make no mistake about it, every single one of them bring you to the here and now, which is the most important, because when you're in the here and now, you will not have fear, you will not be in the future, you will not be in the past, you will be right here, right now, no matter what. And that's all that matters. I mean, the more and more, and like me and Luna were talking before the call, it's about consistency, because you really have to practice with it. And it's like, you can't just do it once in a while and blah, 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 because it's just not going to work. And I'm going to be real, because of the fact that we have been conditioned and, programmed in a certain way that we're used to being in the future and the past. That's what we were taught and trained to be, like plan for your future, plan your retirement for 20 years from now. You know what I mean? Like, never was it like, well, no, let's talk about right now, like right here, right now. No, what's your 5-year plan? You go on a date and the girl asks you, what's your 5-year plan or your 10-year plan? How about I don't have one? I never really did. And I still don't, and I think that's just like a programming aspect to put you in more fear, because then if you don't meet your expectations of what that plan is, what happens? You're in the future, you're in fear of, anyways. Yeah, I'm going on a tangent because I can go on and on about this stuff. It's like the most important thing, no matter what, is right here, right now. Just like I used examples of being on dates with people and thinking about a show I could be watching versus the date that I was actually on with the person, and actually engaging and being present with the person. I never was. So it's like, it's taken me a long journey to get to this point. And most people don't talk about their journey like me and Luna were talking about before this. I'm just giving like a little bit of context. That's why, I just want to give a little context. It's just like, most people are actually, no, I was talking about it with someone else earlier, that you find people on social media and just in general, they will not tell you what their journey to get to where they got and what they had to go through and the challenges they had and what it took for them to get there. Someone with like 3.5 million followers, like, oh, it just happened. I went viral one video and I'm at 3.5. No, I don't believe that. I believe there was always some kind of journey leading up to it, building your confidence, it's like, it's always been like, there's a journey, but for some reason people just put their self on there, and then you find them and you just imagine they just got there, like by putting one video out, and it's BS, man. For me, it's been a journey of building my courage and, releasing insecurities. And I was never like this and even looking Luna in the eyes. And I never could do this. It's just like, I was very insecure and self-conscious, and now I don't really care. I don't care what anybody thinks. I come on here and they can gaslight me and make fun of me all they want. I don't care, So it's like, it is a journey, and it's not just 1, 2, 3, and everybody has a story as to how they got where they are, So anyway, I know that was a long explanation, but I felt somebody needed to hear it, So anyway, this breathing technique is called the triangle breath, because you're going to breathe it in a triangle cycle, like of a shape of a triangle.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is basically just inhale like you would inhale, and then you're going to exhale just like you would exhale, And then when you exhale, you're pausing. So like the side of the triangle going up like this is you inhaling. The part like this, you going down, is exhaling, and then the pause is the bottom of the triangle.
How long
Okay,
does
just pause. You don't really, you don't pause for very long. It's just pause. That's it. Okay, and so you go like this, and you just imagine it like a triangle shape. So you're inhaling, exhaling, pausing, inhaling, exhaling, pausing, and you know what I'm saying. And then you're gonna see how you start to feel your body starts to, because that's the natural cycle for the body to go into the relaxed state. Okay, so then you'll just feel yourself, you'll start to feel, and if you close your eyes and then you'll open them, you feel like, wow, oh my God, like they'll almost open slowly because you've brought yourself to that parasympathetic state, you know. um and you may have to do it like several cycles depending on how you're feeling, and if you're extremely overwhelmed or stressed out or anxious or whatever,
mm-hmm.
you may have to do it for a minute or 2 or 3 minutes before you go into that state. But it's like I said, just imagine and envision the triangle shape. So like the inhale is that side, the exhale, and then the pause. You get
The visual is really supportive for me because I visualize everything. Whether it's actually seeing it or it's just like a knowing, like I always have some sort of visual. So that's really helpful. And also, a triangle reminds me of the Pleiadians. It reminds me of portals. Like the Brownies use the blue triangle with like a black line when you want to call them in, for example. And also what, like energy going upward is the cosmos, energy going downward is the earth. It also represents, our different elements. So I feel, and also the pyramids, of course. So yeah, I like that visual. And Daren,
I feel when I go down, when I started to go down, like the exhale, I already felt relaxed. Like I literally started opening my eyes, and they were opening really slow. And I could feel already, you know what I'm saying? Like I could already feel, even before I got to the pause, just on the first round, already starting to, so I can imagine, doing like 4, 5, 6 cycles, man. You like, and no one even has to know you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't tell you're doing it.
It was.
Huh?
It was doing it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You could be going into some interview or meeting or around somebody that you feel like overwhelmed or stressed around, and you could be doing it the entire time, and you know, you'll never know. Yeah.
A little secret.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, they're just breathing over there. And you're like, actually, I'm doing this cool technique that Daren taught me. It's breath. Hey, dear, why don't you download this video and then we'll clip it, and then we'll have a bunch of videos to share.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
You download it and put it in the Ripp Into Light. I will clip it a bunch of times, and then you'll have more videos. And I do feel like anytime we go live, we should do that regardless, because then it's people seeing how we engage with each other, because it is Daren and Luna.
So how did it feel for you when you started doing it?
It felt good. You do breath work all the time. I do not do conscious breathing. It's just more of I'm breathing and kind of unaware of how I'm breathing. Hi, Katie.
Yeah, but that's good though. Like I want an honest, review of.
I know, I hear you. And for me, I felt more relaxed, but
yeah, look, you're yawning for the first time, and you didn't yawn the whole live, so.
Yeah, I would have to do it for longer for me to notice a bigger shift.
That's okay. That's what I said. You may have to do like 5, 6 cycles or more,
And Daren, I gotta let you go because I gotta go gardening.
Okay. So
Thank you, everybody that's
Thank
joined
you.
and hung out with us. I hope that you have a great day. And thanks, Daren.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And use the breathing technique, and you'll come back with a review. So you know what? Before we end this, guys, when you see us next week, we're holding Luna to it, and she's gonna be, she's okay. We're holding Luna to it, and she's gonna come back with a review of how this technique helped her.
Triangle breathing.
Yeah, and each day she's gonna implement it into her daily practice, and then come with a review. How's that sound, Luna?
Yes, I'll call it the triangle of breath.
Yeah.
Breathing in and out. All sides of the triangle. You are the triangle. Breathe in and breathe out the triangle. And pause on the triangle. You are. Now breathe in and breathe out the triangle. And pause the triangle.
You know what's so great? Luna likes to use the word pause too a lot, so this is perfect for her.
It is. I do. I like saying pause instead of stop. Stop just feels like really abrupt, and it has this, I don't know, it just has this vibration that doesn't feel good. Yeah. Anyways, okay. I love you. I love all of you. Bye.